Mike, one, not my turn. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go live. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Steve Bunn. I'm one of the liaisons with Northwest Team 8. Today is Monday, September 19th. It's our co-op meeting that we're going to have. Again, remember this is your meeting. So as we're going through here, if you have any questions or comments, we'll go ahead and ask for those. Also, for the folks that have been called on the last couple of days, we will be asking you again those type of questions. If you have any comments on that. If you haven't, please mute your cell phones. And we will start with the fire and weather. Thank you, Scott.
Good morning, everybody. Scott Stern, incident meteorologist. So today, be pretty similar overall to yesterday, just a degree or two warmer. RH will drop down by around maybe up to 5% lower than what it was yesterday, it looks like. So in addition to that, we'll see pretty clear skies. I don't anticipate to see too many clouds at all out there today, if any. And so that's just going to give us that maximized solar heating. Really, the winds haven't changed too much from yesterday. Still kind of northwest or west-northwesterly, somewhere in that kind of orientation, and roughly the same or very similar speeds anyway. Still single-digit sustained miles per hour during the day, mid-afternoon or so, and then gusts maybe just up into double digits, it looks like. So, of course, no chance for any precipitation through. It looks like Thursday at the earliest, more than likely that'll hold off until Friday. So tomorrow, Tuesday, winds, it looks like there's a chance winds could be a little bit stronger here with this east or northeast wind. Still paying a lot of attention to that today with the current forecast cycle. But I wouldn't doubt that, we could see some gusts here, 15, maybe even over 15 miles an hour, approaching 20 or so miles an hour. That's what I'm going to dial into today. In addition, I wouldn't doubt that the RH actually drops a little bit lower for tomorrow than what's being displayed on here. So tomorrow's kind of the big day, so to speak, in terms of fire weather. Still not as severe or anything like that, like the day that this thing made its big run, but certainly keeping a close eye on this. And the interesting thing too is we're seeing quite a bit of even overnight smoke production now that it's filtering into the North Metro. And so if we do see northerly winds tomorrow instead of easterly, that's just going to push more smoke into Seattle. So right now, looking at the air quality, I'm not an air quality expert, but I'll just tell you, I was looking at the air quality stuff, and it's getting into the, unsafe. It's already been in the unsafe for sensitive groups category, and now it's getting up into the unsafe for all people category. So anyway, that's something to keep an eye on, and not that we can really do anything about it at this point, but I wouldn't doubt that there's more of a public interest in this. Tomorrow, especially as we see smoke production again overnight, we just keep staying in a slightly drier atmosphere, and that's going to allow us to produce more and more smoke that is now heading to Seattle. So anyway, something to think about there Tuesday, and then again, it looks like we'll maybe extend out, the burn period, if you even want to call it that, with those low RHs Tuesday night into Wednesday. So certainly something to keep an eye on for Tuesday, even into the evening hours, it looks like. So beyond that, though, we're still looking at that system coming through Friday, and we'll start to moisten a bit on Wednesday night into Thursday, it looks like, before that thing approaches. We're still looking at a little bit of a chance of precip, but don't know that we'll even see this 500s at this point. So that's all I got. Thanks.
Great, thank you. Scott, fire behavior.
Good morning, Scott McDonald, fire behavior teammate. So as Scott was indicating, we're kind of in a mellow pattern at the moment, a little drier as we sequence stuff forwards. Still going to see backing, flanking. It's just going to increase a little bit as things dry out a little more, get a little more wind on it. There's a lot of heavy fuel out there. It's been there for a lot of years, a lot of decades actually. And that stuff is starting to burn down. It's becoming available. It's creeping into it, and it gets heated up, dries off the moisture, starts to consume more, produces more smoke. I would envision that this will keep creeping down this side hill, down towards our control features, off this western edge, down these spots. This may start to fill in a little bit. I was out there yesterday, and it's just creeping in the heavies and the duff layer. Some places there's a little water running underneath it, but it's not really affecting the fire beater because it's over the top of it. Back over here, kind of the same thing. It's just going to keep backing down through these fuels. Might have a little flanking action that might produce even more smoke tomorrow as we get a little stronger easterly winds. But once again, right into those critical values like we saw in the 10th when this thing took off. So we're well below that threshold, if you will. But the big watchword is temps come up, RHs drop a little bit, winds come up, fire activity increases. We're just going to see more smoke production until we get to this Wednesday, Thursday time where it shifts gears, gets onshore flow, and it starts to scrub this all out. RHs start to come back up, temps start to drop. Any questions?
Great, thanks, Scott. With operations, Dave Robertson.
Good morning, Dave Robertson, operations teammate. Starting over here in Division Alpha, we've completed all of our containment line. We're doing a little final touch-up. With that, we have all our resources spread out along those containment lines to monitor the fire. We've had very little to no growth, but we have a solid presence along through here to make sure that we have people there. If something does start to creep, that we can go in and hold it, but we've had very little to no growth in there. Coming into Papa, same thing. A lot of the activity is monitoring the fire as they can go back and forth through the road, dodging anything that comes down. What they're referring to is now the gauntlet with all the pieces that are coming down through there. Yesterday we had some more come down, not the same size, but we are increasing. We still have that influence from the fire, and this time the stuff came down on the west side of the tunnel. Moving into Sierra, same thing. We're doing a little bit of work in where the fire has come down around the community of Bering. All the firefighters that are not doing any final touch-up work out there are posted up, doing the monitoring and in place in case they're needed. And then over in Tango, pretty much the same thing as Division Alpha. We're monitoring some of these spot fires as they continue to burn and skunk around in there, but the growth has been minimal to none. And some final touch-up with snag removal and cleanup. And backhauling stuff to remove to get this organization down to the right size for the next team to be able to manage forth after we leave. Are there any questions?
Great, thank you, Dave. Information, Pam.
Good morning, everyone. Pam Sichting, Information Team 8. So our calls with the media still remains fairly light, fairly steady with the calls from the public, and the majority right now is this containment versus completion. So we're doing lots of discussion there. On our update, our messaging, again, still Highway 2% completion versus containment. And then also we put in there talking about smoke today and the increase of the amount of smoke that might be seen. Our trap line is ongoing. We're going from Sultan up to the I guess it'd be the western edge of the road closure there. And again, thanks to the Skykomish Ranger District for volunteering a person to come and do our trap line in the Skykomish area there. And again, Chief Nisley, are you on by chance? I'm kind of hoping that you'll kind of be our ears out there if you hear anything that folks are not getting. So if you could let me know, I'd really appreciate that. So, but they should still be posting in all the areas.
It's being posted.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Chief, for answering. So we're going to go to the next part of it. We're going to talk about our agency administrators with the U.S. Forest Service.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so we have Brett, sounds good. Joe, are you on, I believe? Okay. All right, sounds great. The DNR?
Good, good.
So the DNR says they're good. Chief Andrews?
Good.
I think the containment objective thing we did, I think Kevin did a little bit this morning. You guys had that one passed.
Great, thank you. For the people online, I didn't hear the comments, so I can't replay it. Refer to it. Good. And with Skycomish, Chief Nisley, do you have any comments?
Not at this time.
Great, thank you. So going back into our next section of it, we have County Emergency Management here. Any comments from King County? Is Nicole in here? There she is. Great, thank you. For the folks on the mic, nothing to add at this time to coordination. Thank you. Jared with Snowco.
Just to let the local partners know, Snohomish County Emergency Management and King County will be getting together to figure out how to continue this type of meeting moving forward. Since Type 3 typically doesn't do these. So we'll identify a way to keep that conversation going and then working to set up some kind of an ongoing meeting, likely with WashDOT, to discuss any impacts to Highway 2 for the fall, winter, and into spring, and what steps are being taken over the winter to mitigate it, and then how we're going to respond to it if we do have any slides or trees down that impact the highway from opening or closing. We'll follow up with all of our local partners on what that looks like once we work out the details.
Excellent, thank you. Excellent. So people online, were you able to hear Jared's comments? Just a thumbs up will help me out.
I can hear him.
Okay, thank you. That's a super important. Thank you, Jared, to clarify that. So we're going to go into the county sheriffs now. Captain Horvath, anything for King County? Already wait, did you? King County?
No, nothing from King County.
Great, thank you. And then for the Snow County, anything for Snow County?
No.
Excellent. All right. Mr. Renshaw, with WashDOT, do you have anything for us?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
So just real quick, we have a geologist on site and a bucket truck who's going to go up and evaluate that anchor. We have a couple of trees of concern that likely aren't coming down until tomorrow because we need to get the high stick bucket truck. So that's kind of what I have. And then there'll be more on the 11 o'clock. Thanks.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that. Lieutenant Glover, anything with State Patrol? Nothing. Excellent. All right. Chief Fernandez, anything with Washington State MO?
No, today is our last day with the team, so I just want to say thank you. It's been great working with you. And I'm sure that you'll be glad to see what else it was, and see you again next summer.
Great, thank you. I doubt that. How's that? Because we'll be sad to see you go. Thank you for all your help with it. So we got utilities, PSE. Anybody on from Puget Sound?
Jordan McLean here. Thanks for everything that everybody's doing. No concerns or updates from us at this time.
Great, thank you. And Snohomish PUD. Okay. How about BPA?
Yeah, good morning. This is Joe Hall. We're continuing danger tree removals on the right of way. We are bringing an additional crew up this week to help clear up some stuff with the access road for your folks and ours. But other than that, just continuing on with that cleanup.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that. BNSF, do we either have Ryan or Scott on?
Nothing for us at this time. Oh,
great. So we're going to go into the mayors. So Mayor Sladek, are you online?
Yeah, I am. Nothing here. Thanks.
Great, thank you. Mayor Johnson? Nothing. Mayor Witt?
Nothing to add. Looking forward to the USG discussions.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. So we've gone through the list of who we wanted to contact, especially for the comments through there that helps guide our plan. Now we open this up to everybody, and then including the folks online. So if you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand online. I'll know that those smiley faces aren't just emojis, but please do that. If there's anybody in the audience here, yes, Brett.
Just go back.
Yes.
When it gets to the nature of these meetings, type 3 you know, just spoke with Jay, and there's no reason we can't, you know, add that to the obviously. So I wouldn't worry about trying to wrangle something. We'll just add that to
Great, thank you, Brett, on that. And I don't see any questions online. I don't see any other questions or comments out here looking around. Oh, we do have one that just popped up. Go ahead, Chief.
I was going to talk to the Forest Service too, but we just recently got a call from the people that live in Skyco 4 and 5, which is only accessible over the Beckler. So they're wondering about access to their residents. So we may need to help get information out for those folks.
I'll follow up with the Ranger. Figure out what that looks like. It is included in the budget.
Great, thank you. So the fire staff said he'll follow up with the Ranger, and then they'll close the loop with you. Does that work for you, Chief?
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Not seeing any other hands up. What we're going to do is we're going to have Kevin come up with final comments, and after we get done with that, we'll take about a 2 or 3 minute break. That way, the folks can go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and then we'll be back for the evac meeting. Summit.
Okay, first of all, I'll say in the interest of good cooperative relationships and all that stuff, we won't talk about football yesterday. So I'll just leave that at where it's at. As far as the rest of it, talking to Kent, the incoming IC, he's excited about what he's got going on. I agree that he can probably facilitate a couple cooperator meetings going on. I do think it's a great idea for you guys to be thinking in the future after that, you know, because again, that highway piece is going to extend past that teams piece. So that's the only key part I'd take away from that is that the highway piece will probably be a long-term, but what it looks like, I don't know. You guys can start framing that up now. But other than that, thanks for the comments about the completion and containment thing. It is a hard thing to get folks to understand. It's a new way of discussing stuff, but the bottom line is we were looking at doing what we needed to do to prevent that spread, and we've completed much of that work. So anyways, thank you. We'll see you all at the ones who are for evac and all that later. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. With that, we're going to go give a 3 minute break and we will be back. Stay on the line if you want to be involved in the evac meetings. Thank you. Right. Excellent. All right. So again, good morning. My name is Steve. I'm going to help try to facilitate the EVAC meeting. We have still, it looks like, about 13 people online, and we also have all the same players who are here in person. So with that, this discussion, we haven't had it since Saturday, and we're going to start it off with Kevin. Jesus.
All right, we just figured it'd be easier if I came up here instead of just doing what Dave was going to do over what Dave did. So just from our standpoint, where the fire's at, from the fire standpoint, the threats to the community and stuff like that, we're feeling really good about where it's at here. It's really close to those containment lines. There's not a lot of unburned fuels between them. So I think from a recommendation standpoint, we'd be comfortable going either way. If you want to go down, we're fine with that to a lower level. But if you want to keep it up for the purposes of just having folks ready, we're good with that too. From the fire standpoint over here, it's kind of the same thing. It's backing down slowly against, just coming down the hill, and it's backing down against the wind, right? The worst case scenario wind, which would be out the east going west. So from the fire standpoint, burning, we're not feeling like that's a high elevated risk, right? There's still the other issues, which is gravity hazards, and that hasn't changed. And we so we're comfortable with where the fire's at, but we're still not sending our folks through unless they have to go through. So that's from the fire standpoint, that's what we feel like as far as where we're at. Any questions on that?
Great, thank you, Kevin. Okay. All right. So with that, we started the other day doing the exact same thing. We started up on top, right up into this area in Snowco, and we're going to come back into that. We'll just work our way down. Jared, you heard what the recommendations are?
So I just got a text from Jason at our exec's office. He thinks that with user-friendly wind keeping the level 1 in place, I'm definitely not a fire guy. I sit at a desk and do other things I'm told, so I'll default to your opinion for out there.
Just given that you have these next 2 days of when I think that one's good. I think after that we'll probably be good. I think next couple days we should probably be good.
Okay, great, thank you. So the folks online, I don't know if you heard Chief Andrews, he agrees, and oh, I do have a hand up. Go ahead, Jason. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, no, it's me. I was just going to ask if Eric's in agreement. Totally good. My hand was up to see if he was there or Mike was there.
Absolutely. Chief Andrews is in agreement. He mentioned, just like with Jared, that if we leave it up for a couple days and see what this wind event does, revisiting this hopefully in a couple days. So sounds like we're there. All right, so now we're going to come down into this section right here of the level 2, which is in Snowco, and we're in the same discussion.
If we leave a level 1, might as well leave that level 2 for the same reason that it's level 2 from last time.
Okay, for the people on board, they again leaving that at a level 2, had consensus. Now we come in for the King County side. Nicole coming through here and Brendan on here. This is a level 2 right to this area. Consensus.
And then, so Captain Horvath's gonna come first for the 2. Chief, are you on mic?
Brendan.
Sorry,
Nice.
he's gonna get more comment down below too, but I think if we're concerned for level 2, we're safe.
All right, so the folks who are online, I know that was, our mic is all the way up to the front. So Captain Horvath and Nicole from DEM are in concurrence that should stay at a level 2. Nicole has asked Chief Nicely if you have any other ideas on that.
Agree.
Perfect, thank you. Excellent. Now we get into the level 3 that is right in this area. And again, we come back to Captain Horvath and Nicole.
The danger is still cannot let you through it.
And the hard part is I was talking with Lieutenant Glover earlier about that, and until that danger is mitigated around the tunnel, I can't see letting the general public do that. Even if supported, I'm concerned about when people do that tunnel, that are just up the general public. Who wants to put their name on the tree, they're most people. I don't. I certainly don't. Not till the engineers come up there and look at the hillside and say, okay, it's now stable. So we have another weather event. Right. I said, you've got a tree.
That obviously has impacts for the communities that are coming. Chief Knightley and or Mayor Slater.
I'm gonna have to repeat all that. They're not able to hear it. So, no, that's fine. That's a great thing. So what was discussed by Captain Horvath is due to the danger up there and what is going on, that Nicole and the captain discussed leaving it at that level 3. We still have some issues up there that need to be addressed. And then Nicole has asked Chief Knightley if he has any other comments with that.
No, I agree. It should stay the way it is.
Perfect. Okay. So it sounds like you three are in agreement. Thank you. The last one we are to address is this level 1 right here in King County. So again, that same discussion is, do we leave it at level 1? I have a head nod from Captain Horvath, a head nod from Nicole, and then the last one is Chief Knightley. Again, thank you. Sounds good. All right. So the rest of that is just up in the wilderness. We'll just keep that at a level 3 just because it's been in that area. So with that, thank you for your guys' time with this. We were able to get through the evacuation map. We aren't making any changes, so it'll look identically the same. This will be our last one with our team unless something comes up. I don't know how we're going to do with the Type 3 team, if they'll actually have this. I'm assuming they will because it's still an important issue. So with that, I appreciate you guys' time. The messaging will go out between the 2 DEMs, and you'll get the updated version of it. And that'll be at a time to be confirmed between both DEMs in a little bit. So if there's no other questions, yes.
Will you be sharing the distribution email list with the Type 3 team?
Yes, they get a complete list of that, and they will have both the email list and the phone contact list that goes on with the transfer plan. Great question. And again, you have it. Chief Andrews.
So we'd recommend to continue to probably request it sometimes, David. That is what's.
Absolutely. And I think that's important to continue every 2 days with that, especially for the messaging from the DEMs and stuff. So again, I don't see any more questions online at this time. We're going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you for your patience, and you guys all have a great day. Thank you.